support the real, so I'ma tune in every day. Way up. You are now tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, happy Monday. Yes, it's a case of the Mondays, but it's a positive case. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is in the building.
New Mano.
One more time. New Mano.
Gotta get my volume together, man.
Mano, man.
Happy Monday. What's happening?
What a weekend. First of all, you in here wearing your same clothes from last night.
This is one of those days when yesterday and today blended together.
This not even a morning show. It starts in the morning, but...
Yeah, man, I live a rough life sometimes.
Mano said if I don't get to sleep by 4, I just say forget it. I'm like, come on.
No, listen, because I got to come from Jersey. So I get up. I got to get up by like 7:30.
Okay, that's what time I get up.
Just to be here on time. So if I haven't really been to sleep by about 4,
just stay up.
Just stay up for a little while.
Hey, way up. I want to see now, before we started the show, I was sitting in here with Mano and I was playing him some Donna Summer music. Because, there's a Donna Summer documentary.
I didn't know she did all those songs, though.
Yeah, I was going through it. I was like, listen, I know a lot about music because my parents, they really collected like a lot of vinyl when I was growing up, so I used to listen to everything. But there's a documentary, Love to Love You, Donna Summer. And it talks about her whole story. And I also had read, I was telling you, David Geffen's biography. It's called The Operator. And in that book, they talk about how he signed Donna Summer thinking that she was going to be, and he paid a lot of money to get her off her label, Casablanca, and paid all this money. And then she became a born-again Christian and she did a rock album, and he was tight because I guess he thought he was going to get a good return on his investment.
And then she came back.
Man, we gotta watch this. I think we should have
Is
like
it
a
on?
watch party.
What is it on?
I think it's on HBO. It's on HBO. So we're gonna watch that. Love to Love You, Donna Summer. I love a good documentary.
Love documentaries.
Yes.
Is it out now?
It's out now. You know who else had a good one? Teddy Pendergrass. You ever watch his?
I watched that. Yep.
That was good too.
I watched that.
It was good because he had recordings of himself telling his own story too.
Yes. It was sad though.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get this show started with some positivity. There's a lot of action going on in this building.
Is it?
It's a lot of action.
What's
but we'll get into it. 800-292-5150. But let's do some positive things. Let's shine a light on them. All right. That's where we do something positive. You shine a light and shout out somebody who is doing something amazing. And you want to show some love. That's how we like to start off the week, the day, all the time. Just showing some love. 800-292-5150. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Shine a light on them.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and
New Mano.
New Mano is here, and we are
baby.
shining a light. 800-292-5150. And today, I want to shine a light.
You want to shine a light?
I want to shine a light on our New York Liberty.
New York Liberty.
Yes, you got to come to a WNBA game.
I feel like I went to one.
Okay.
But I feel like I was so distracted by being in a I don't think I sat on the floor though.
I get you on the floor.
I was in the room.
But shout out to our New York Liberty, by the way, who won yesterday. They were playing against the Indiana Fever. We won 90-73. And we got some great players on the squad. So Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, y'all got to come and watch some of these games. When I tell you, it was packed in there. I'm going to show you a video, but it was absolutely packed in there. It was their first home game.
Packed like Nets packed?
Yeah. It really was. Like, all the seats on the floor were taken.
Nice.
Yeah, so Clara Wu was there. She's one of the owners. So she was there too. And it's just a great experience. And I feel like a lot of people are supporting women's basketball right now.
Right.
It's a good time for us. I said us like I play.
You do.
I did play basketball when I was younger.
What position were you?
I was a point guard. I definitely would tear you up, Mano. I already could tell you right now.
Yeah, you so cap. Why are you so cap on a Monday?
I was.
And you think you could beat me in basketball?
For a thousand, I can tell.
Like right now, you can tell.
Right now.
Right now.
Let's go.
So
I have a court we can play on. Let's go.
Oh my God, this is so bad.
All right.
This is gonna go bad.
Yeah. Okay. 800-292-5150. Dustin, who do you want to shine a light on?
Yes, I want to shine light on my wife, Cecilia, man. I just want to give her flowers and the respect that she deserves. She's a mobile groomer here in Odessa, Texas, and she's been going 2 years strong, so I'm very proud of her, and I just want to give her her flowers. So
Ooh, Cecilia, you said she's a mobile what?
a mobile dog groomer.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they groom dogs.
You guys have dogs
Yes.
too?
Yes, we do. We have a pit bull and 2 schnauzers, so we can move up to grooming and stuff like that. So,
That's a great business because dogs are like people's kids for real.
oh yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Thank you guys for having me this morning. I listen to you guys every morning, and
All right.
y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good
Shout
day.
out to you, Cecilia.
Thank you. Peace, man. Oh.
Peace.
My head is sounding thugged out for a second.
Peace.
Peace, Mano. Hey, Erica, what's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Good morning.
Who you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on Kim Jackson. She is the founder of a nonprofit organization called Doing Good in the Hood.
Doing good in the hood.
We like that.
I like that.
What is
Every
the
month
Doing Good in the Hood do?
Well, like every month, almost single-handedly, Kim goes to underserved communities in South Florida, in Atlanta, and she gives out free items, toiletries, gently used clothes and shoes, and pretty much almost every month she's in a roundabout way doing it on her own. And
That's
so
dope.
I just want to shine a light on Kim.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I like that.
Yeah, I
Doing
like it
good
too.
in the hood.
Doing good in the doing good in the hood.
That's right. Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on them, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message, and we'll play it during Last Word. When we come back, we have your Yee Tea, and let's talk about Kim Kardashian and her single mother struggles. Y'all do not have no sympathy. Let's see what you think. It's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Yes, it is way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my guy Mano is here.
Woo!
He loves his job.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you enjoy it so
I love
much.
that drop.
All right, well, you're not going to love this story. Gabrielle Union has been spotted out, and it was rumors that not Gabrielle, sorry, Megan Good. I meant to say Megan
I don't
Good.
have no feelings about that.
What?
Why do you think that I have?
But Megan Good was spotted holding hands at LAX with Jonathan Majors. So it looks like they are a couple. They were waiting for the private jet, and they were leaning in close. Now, there were rumors that the two of them were dating, and then people were saying, well, maybe they're just,
It's
friends.
It's true. It is true.
Yeah, it's true. So it looks like Megan Good has found someone now.
Great for her.
What?
Great
All
for
right,
her.
no, you had a little thing for Megan Good, though, for a hot second.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
All right, so shout out to them. It looks like it's really happening. All right, Kim Kardashian, she was on Purpose with Jay Shetty, and he was asking her about having kids, and she asked him, do you have any kids? She was like, because this is, and he doesn't yet, but that's why he was asking her a lot of questions about parenthood. And here's what she had to say about parenting.
I'd say parenting is the thing that has taught me the most about myself. It has been the most challenging thing. There are nights I cry myself to sleep, like what just happened, with all the moods and the personalities, and there's no one there. Like it's me to play good cop and bad cop. There's nothing that can prepare you. Anyone that says, oh, we're waiting to have X amount of money in the bank. Oh, we're waiting to have a home before we have kids. Oh, I'm waiting for this job to come in before we have kids. You are never prepared.
Now, I saw these headlines going around saying that Kim Kardashian talks about crying herself to sleep, being a single parent. And a lot of people were upset about that, but I didn't feel like that's what this was.
You know what it is people associate being a single parent with being a single struggling parent with no help at all.
Right, she has a lot of help.
And we understand that she has a lot of help.
But that's not to say that, and for her, that she doesn't have difficulties or times when she cries herself.
Right, it could be for various reasons.
To
It could
sleep.
be just because she feels like, she's single, technically not with the husband.
Right, and she has 4 children, and I'm sure no matter what, like she said, parenting is really hard. That's the only way she can describe it. It's the most rewarding job in the world, but you just can't prepare for it.
But the world is not like that. The world don't want to hear it from her.
They don't want to
Yeah,
hear
we don't
from
wanna
her.
hear it.
But and that's hard because you want to share things about yourself and your life and be open and honest, but then people attack you because
Yeah.
she probably really does,
Yeah,
and she's probably
right, but you
and
got
she's
people
sharing
like-
that. But then it's also like, well, what about?
Shut up, you got $1 billion. Shut up. I'm struggling for real.
Oh, gosh. All right. Shensia is giving away 10 MacBooks. Plus, she's also paying off 2 tuitions, and that's for her Yang Day. She does that every year on May 20th. Here's what she had to say.
Happy Yang Day to my Shen Yangs. I love you guys so much. And you know, on this dates every year, I give back to you guys for giving me all the love and the support that you give. This year, I'm paying off 2 students' college tuitions, as well as I'm giving away 10 MacBook Pros. You can check my Snap for specific instructions. Today, make sure to say stream Shensia like no other.
I love that she's doing that. Having a laptop is like, you know, when you're in school, it's a luxury. You know what I'm saying? It is a necessity, but it's also a luxury. And a MacBook Pro, I mean, I remember being in college. I didn't have a laptop. I actually had to go to the computer center all the time. To actually.
Little struggling ye. Wow.
I was in college. But, I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but I'm just saying it is a nice luxury to be able to have your own laptop where you can just be in your room or go wherever and
have
work.
one of those, what is it, Acer?
What is it?
What's the Acer little
And I definitely didn't have no MacBook. I forget
little,
what type. Yeah, it wasn't no MacBook at all, period. So, all right. And that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. Now, it's still last night for Mano.
Yes, it is.
He got his glasses on in here, the same clothes from last night. He don't stink, though. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night. So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my guy, Mano, is here, my BRF.
How come my volume is always low?
Yeah, turn his... Mano!
Yeah.
There we go. New Mano.
Let's go.
Now, Mano, you're still wearing your clothes from yesterday.
Yeah, because last night turned into today.
So what'd you do yesterday?
Shout out to everybody that had everything to do with the Biggie event. It was Biggie's birthday. Happy birthday, Big. You know how we feel about Big, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. They had a dope event over at Hudson Yards at the Edge. It was really nice.
Oh, wow. So
really, really nice.
So what was it, like a celebration of his life?
Yeah, celebration of life. And then, you know, it's the 50th year of hip-hop.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on in the city. And, it was like a big party, a celebration of his life, what he meant. There was some speeches given. Shout out to Ruben Diaz. He was here.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember your first time meeting Biggie?
I never met Big.
You never met Big?
No.
So I didn't really meet him. It was just like a brief hello. But there used to be this roller skating rink in Jersey called The Rink.
The Rink, right.
And I was there. He was there when he was just happened to be standing right by me. And I was like, and it was kind of early on. And I remember one time, because Party and BS, that was one of the first big songs. Remember, it was on a soundtrack.
Right.
What
Who's
soundtrack?
the Man?
Yeah, Who's the Man was on Who's the Man soundtrack. So I was at Jones Beach, and Biggie was there performing, and you know the part where the fight breaks out in the song, and then but people think it's a real fight.
Right.
But it was super early on. It was before, that was the only song he had at that time, and he was at Jones Beach performing, and the fight broke out part happened, and everybody started running.
Thought that it was really a fight.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you not introduce yourself to him?
No, I'm not really, I wasn't.
Hey, I'm Angela Yee. I'm going to be so huge. And
I didn't know what I was going to end up doing.
Big.
I had no idea what I was going to end up doing. But yeah, so, I think that's somebody that I'm sure we both would have loved to have been able to be like.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, and he inspired so many artists. He inspired me. You know, he was the first artist that made me feel like, man, I could do this.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah, definitely.
And he had a double album with no skips.
No skips.
With no skips. That's not an easy thing to do. All right, so that is your About Last Night into today. I was actually at a wedding over the weekend. Shout out to my cousin Julie and Kyle. That's her husband.
Right.
And so she got married at a farm.
Congratulations, cuz.
Yes, it was upstate New York. But my dad, oh my gosh, talk about embarrassing. I have to get prepared anytime I know my dad is going to be around.
That's a good thing,
especially in front of people.
Your dad is a movie.
So he doesn't really drink, and it was open bar. So there's 2 things about my dad from Saturday. He doesn't drink, but he also is very cheap. So if there's an open bar and the drinks are free, he's going for it.
Right.
And he was getting all different kinds of things.
Skipping a line.
First, he cut the line. Because I was like, the line was kind of long to get drinks. And then he got up after me. And then I see him walk back with a drink. I'm like, how did you get a drink so fast? And he's like, I cut the line. And I'm like, all right. He's like, go tell them who you are. Go cut the line. I'm like, it's a wedding. I'm not cutting the line. at a wedding. That's so rude.
He's crashing.
And yes, and so he had a beer. Then he had he had an old fashioned. He didn't even know what it was. Then he had a mule. He was drinking all different kinds of things. He was drinking red wine.
Didn't matter to him.
And then he was like, I'm feeling a little woozy.
Yeah.
Take it easy. But yeah, so that was my my weekend. I did that. And then my goddaughter graduated from college.
Congrats.
Yes, Kaya. She went to St. John's. So
Sent you a nice
congratulations.
text,
yeah, she sent me a nice text.
Nice text, yeah.
I went to take her to the grill, of course. Okay. In Brooklyn.
Melissa.
Yeah, with my girl Melissa. So I took her to the grill, and I went to the New York. I had a very active weekend, and I have an Airbnb upstate New York in the Catskills, so I was there as well. I'm gonna be doing something special with Airbnb that I'm excited for.
Lit.
I feel like I worked a lot this weekend, so I'm ready for a break.
Work is fun.
Yeah, it is. I enjoy it. So that is your About Last Night. Now you know what's about to happen.
Hey, listen, I need everybody.
You know why Mano's here. Not only is it a Monday Manovation Day.
Everybody. I need everybody to tap in, call up, get your best secrets together. Please call in. And I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about right now.
Tell us a secret from last night, Mano. No.
Why you keep trying to get my secrets out, though? My secrets stay secrets.
You can be anonymous. Be anonymous.
Yeah, I'm going to call in one day.
All right. Well, 800-292-5150. And you guys call us up. Tell us a secret. Again, it's no judgment on our end. Not even from Mano. He has some nerve judging. Okay?
I didn't never sign that contract.
Mano, by the way, showed me some footage of him playing basketball. When you talk about
listen, hold on.
Struggle.
We're not going to do this because it's a lose-lose. I can't beat you because if I beat you, then they say, oh, come on, man. It's Angela. You can't beat me.
Mano had the nerve to say he's going to dunk on me like Mano can dunk. Stop it. 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
Ooh-wee, tell us a secret. It is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Why are you whispering?
No, Mano! Because it's time for Tell Us a Secret. That's when people get to call in and anonymously. Also
and tell us all their business.
See, there you go. There you go, Mano. Judging.
Let's go.
All right. So, again, 800-292-5150 is a number. Y'all have been telling us some amazing secrets, by the way. Amazing. What's been your favorite so far, Mano?
You
always like the ones where people are legends.
Yeah, I like those. You know, some guys out there really gonna get schools named after them. You know, really get statues erected. You know, in their name, their likeness. There's some nice ones out there.
And there's some ones that make you so mad, okay? Because it's still a code.
I was bothered by that $42,000 that was stole from.
He's still, you know, the exact number
from the cousin, and I was like, you ain't even give it back though.
Right, and invested in some other things.
Right, you just
and then
stole it.
you was gonna. What the funniest thing is when people do messed up things, they look to Mano like he gonna agree.
Yeah, they felt like I'm grimy.
Well, let's see how that is today. 800-292-5150. Hello, anonymous caller. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Angela Yee.
Hi. Now, let's just act like Mano's not here because I don't want him to judge. But what is your Tell Us a Secret?
Okay, so I moved to a different city to be with my boyfriend, and he cheated on me and had a baby. But I got my lick back before he did. I had cheated on him and had a baby and had an abortion, and he didn't know.
Oh,
wait! You didn't have a baby. You had an abortion. You got pregnant.
Yeah, I was pregnant when we got together. He don't know that.
Wow.
So you was pregnant when you first met him?
Well, yeah, when we got together, and he didn't know.
So you was sleeping with somebody else, unprotected?
Yeah.
Okay. And you stayed with him?
Yeah, we was together for a year, but he had a baby on me, so we broke up. But I wasn't mad because I already had the baby on him.
Oh my
gosh. But you didn't have the baby. You had an abortion on him.
She got pregnant on him.
Yeah, I had an abortion, but I got pregnant on him.
So you let the other. So you basically let another man.
Yes, she did, and he basically did it to another woman.
Right, but you
exactly.
You still dealing with the other man because you didn't stop after the pregnancy.
No, but we broke up, and I ain't dealing with him.
So you had a man and a boyfriend.
Yep.
Oh, well, that relationship was doomed. Well, thank you for sharing. There's no judgment.
Thank you. Bye.
No, we judge. You are a demon.
What?
I don't care,
man. You are a demon. We judging.
I'm toxic.
Yes. We know.
Don't care, Mano. Okay. Hey, anonymous caller. How are you?
Hey, morning time on y'all. You and Mano.
What's up, bro?
What's your secret?
Hey, they ain't even gonna lie, man. You know, the government been giving out that money over the past couple of years. I went and applied for me a PPP loan yesterday, man. I got approved.
Ooh. Do you have a real business or it's a little shaky?
Nah, I ain't even gonna count. I created me one of them I got an EIN, but man, I ain't been doing no type of business though. But I'm about to slide. I'm about to come upstate.
How much they gave you?
Hey, man, they gave me 1.5.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm finna go all out, man. They gonna have to
Go all out.
Now, I would be remiss to not tell you, be careful because they cracking down on people. So, you know.
On that 1.5.
Well, thank you for sharing.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too, for now.
1.5.
Sheesh.
What lies did he tell?
He just got an EIN. That's it.
Yeah, it ain't that easy.
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. We're with Mano. You want to tell us a secret?
I do. I have New Mano beat because when we went to the movie theater, my 4 boys ran under the banister to the video games. Now, at the video games, they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we would go up to the counter and say, 2 adults. So my 4 kids would get in for free.
Oh, wow. So, see, Mano always buys his tickets to the movie theater as a child.
Right. So, what? Hold on. What did
her 4 kids got in free. They would run under and play video games.
Nice.
But wait, what about, so there's no reserved seating where you go? They could just sit wherever.
Yeah, this is years ago, and my kids are in their late 20s, early 30s.
Old school theaters.
Yeah. Listen, I used to sneak from one. I would pay for 1 ticket and go see like 3 movies. That's about
right.
it.
And Angela Yee still brings food.
I do. I bring my own food.
Yeah.
Is that not allowed?
Always bring your own food.
Yeah,
You sneak in your pocketbook.
You know what I'm saying? She brings heroes and.
Man, are you snitching?
No, I'm not
I
snitching.
feel
I'm
like
just saying, like, this is what you do. I'm just letting the people know that
like you
it's not a bad thing. Do your thing. Get over.
All right. Well, look, she got away with it. She's good. Had a little extra money in her pocket.
That's right. We did it so many times.
All right. Well,
you could probably get away with it. Try it again.
No.
Well, they're a little big now.
Yeah, they're not running under the thing now. So embarrassed. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I love you so much. I listen to you every morning.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, take care.
Take care.
Why do you say, well, I love you? Why do you put that voice on? I love you too.
Because that's I love you voice.
It's a,
I love you too.
Right. It's not a, I love you too.
You want me to say it like you?
I love you too.
I love you.
Love you. Love you. I love you back.
Hey, anonymous caller, tell us a secret.
Okay, I work for 5-star food vending.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that expires, I'm supposed to pull it and throw it in the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people out here that's homeless and hungry. I take it and I go around and give it to the homeless.
Oh, that's really nice.
You are a legendary person.
Yeah, why throw that away when somebody could benefit from it? That's a waste.
That's what I keep saying. You'll be amazed how many people throw so much food and stuff away that is still good, and people is begging and hungry all the time. You don't know how many times homeless people have offered me stuff that they found just because I gave them food. And I'm like, nah, I like helping people, That's what makes me feel good.
That's really good of you.
That's a good secret. See?
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Work,
keep spreading love, okay? And feeding the people.
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
All right. Well, that was your Tell Us a Secret. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We do always appreciate you. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. Let's talk about this splitting finances 50-50. For some reason, Gabrielle Union felt like she needed to explain herself even more. We'll tell you what she said. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee and New Mano.
Yeah. All right, listen, you on point now. I like it.
Yes, New Mano.
Yes.
Is here, and let's discuss. Gabrielle Union has elaborated on the comments that she made when she did her interview with Noah Callahan-Bever on his Bloomberg series Idea Generation. And here's what she originally said about splitting finances 50-50 with D-Wade.
I think I just have more responsibilities for my money, and I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, there's always this like gorilla on your back that is like, you better work.
All right, now she posted because a lot of people were weighing in with their opinions, right? Like, oh, he's worth $200 million. Why are you splitting everything 50-50? He should be paying for this. He should be paying for that. Y'all roommates. I saw a lot of people weighing in.
Wow.
Now she responded, every household is different and doing what's best for you and yours is the key. And what some don't understand is that I'm 100% responsible for 3 other households, and D has even more. The majority of those households are elderly people and minors. We both come from families that step up to help care for children or elderly relatives. So being able to be with someone who meets me halfway and lightens my load gives me peace and support. He's offered to cover me, trust, but that's not my ministry nor brings me peace. All that to say, I love how we recognize that there's billions of ways to exist, and you just got to find what's right for you that brings you peace. I found mine.
Right. To each his own.
Yeah.
Find what works for you. There's some women that don't want to be coddled and just taken care of. They want to put in. They want to do what they can do.
And if she can afford to do that, like I'm sure, like she said, he's offered to cover it. If their money is together regardless.
Right.
Right. So they're married, and I'm sure whatever she needs, she can take care of whatever. So it might be some household bills, and they're like, look, I do my part, you do your part.
That's the agreement that they have.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And she can do that. All right. Now, speaking of couples and 50-50 and all of this, Jay-Z and Beyonce have made the most expensive real estate deal ever in California. We talked about this, right? They bought a $200 million house in Malibu, California. Not just a house. I mean, it's like a compound. Well, it turns out that they paid for that cash, according to reports. All right. Sources with direct knowledge told TMZ that they paid that for that 30,000 square foot Malibu mansion. She probably went 50-50 on it.
Right.
I mean, she's got some money too.
You put a buck in, I put a buck in. Let's go.
Right. So his net worth is $2.5 billion. And last year they estimated that Beyonce's net worth is just shy of $500 million, but she's doing this Renaissance tour, which is going to make more than $1 billion. So there you have it. All right.
There you go.
I'm not mad at it. And Danny Lay, by the way, posted that she worked on Beyonce's Renaissance tour. She said it was an honor and such a blessing. So shout out to her for choreography. We can never forget that Danny Lay also did choreography for Prince early on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a big deal. Prince personally had her do some choreography. All right, now let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. He just an hour ago shared a video montage of some of his greatest career moments, and he wrote thank you on social media. He is officially retiring. He has announced his retirement at age 38 after 19 NBA seasons. Here is some of that montage.
Now the time has come for me to say goodbye to the court where I made my name, to the game that gave me purpose and pride. But this bittersweet goodbye to the NBA, I'm excited about what the future holds for me. When people ask what I believe my legacy is, it's not my feats on the court that come to mind, nor the awards or praise, because my story has always been more than basketball. My legacy, my son, I will forever continue through you, because the time has come for you to carry this torch.
That is dope. He passed the torch to his son, to Cayenne.
Yeah, and Cayenne is nice.
Yeah, he's 16 years old. So congratulations to him. Quite an amazing career.
That's right. You can't, he did it his way.
He did it his way. Yeah, so, and that's it. And speaking of basketball players, I don't know if you saw this. People believe that Jimmy Butler was trying to shoot his shot at Young Miami, who was courtside. People were on social media. They were like, to Young Miami, I see you at the Heat game trying to, something Jimmy Butler, I can't say the word. And then she said, who said that? And then she put laughing emojis. And yeah, because you could see him saying something to her at the game.
Can't knock it.
Can't. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily headline news stories, but we feel like you need to know about them. I saw some really interesting ones over the weekend, so we'll get into that when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, news. This is the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee and... Numeno!
Let's go, Navy. Let's go, Navy.
Okay, so let's discuss bachelor parties. What percentage would you say of Americans have cheated on their partners while attending bachelor parties?
95.
70, Mano. I don't know which ones you're at, but over 70%.
I mean, that's not far. It's 20% different.
I think it also depends on your definition of cheating, because some people consider lap dances cheating.
Is that cheating for you?
A lap dance? No, I don't think so. I think for me, it is any type of sex, whether it's...
Right.
Can I say oral? Yeah.
So I said 95% of people and 75% people did it.
Over
so that's
70.
All
now,
men.
the most unfaithful state was Delaware, with nearly 89 of their residents admitting to cheating on their partners while attending bachelor or bachelorette parties.
Oh, they doing it.
And now, as far as people getting married and it being the last hurrah, they said that number is about 11.2%. Yes? No?
What?
You think it's more than that? Is it last hurrah? Imagine you get married and then you find out the person that you married cheated at their bachelor party.
What are you gonna do? You already married.
I know, but that you're not supposed to cheat, period. I don't know how I would feel about that. You can't do that. All right. It's funny because we were saying how my cousin got married over the weekend. Her fiance, they went hiking, him and his boys. That's what they did.
I mean,
for the bachelor
have
party.
Strippers up there on the hill.
No. Okay. Anyway, Instagram is planning to release a text-based app that's going to compete with Twitter, and it's going to debut as soon as next month. So they're testing that product with influencers and some creators, according to the report. I think this is the time. If you want to launch something to compete with Twitter, obviously Meta, which owns Instagram and Facebook, is the platform to do that.
Twitter's out of pocket now.
Yeah, people have a lot of issues with Twitter right now. People have to pay for certain things.
Crazy.
If you want to come for them, and there's a lot of people that are looking for an alternative, this is it. All right. And as far as iPhones, let's talk about that. They're saying iPhones will be able to speak in your voice within 15 minutes of training. There's a new bundle of features designed for cognitive, vision, hearing, and mobility accessibility. There's a new personal voice feature for people who may lose their ability to speak. So you can create a synthesized voice that sounds just like them.
Wow.
You can create a personal voice by reading a set of text prompts, allowed for a total of 15 minutes of audio on your iPhone or iPad, and then it can go ahead and do your voice.
It's basically AI.
Numeno.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Numeno. Listen, I don't know. And I saw Rashad from Earn Your Leisure. He was showing that they can also come up with great Instagram captions in your, like, how you
So this
think
is just straight up AI.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it. We don't even need to exist anymore.
They don't even need us.
Yeah, they don't need us. All right. And more women are suing the state of Texas. They're saying the anti-abortion laws there have harmed them. There's already a lawsuit that has been filed by 5 different women that was filed in March, and 2 doctors who say that pregnant patients are being denied abortions under Texas's law, even though these women were facing serious medical complications.
That is so crazy.
Well, now 8 more women are joining that lawsuit and saying that these bans have put their health or lives at risk while facing pregnancy-related medical emergencies. So now the total number of plaintiffs is at 15. All right. So they need to clarify the meaning of medical exceptions in that state's anti-abortion statutes. And that's the problem, right? Sometimes women's lives can be at risk, but because of the law in Texas, these women don't have access to what it is that they need to save their own lives potentially. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. And we do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, LL Cool J is going to be joining us. There's a LL Cool J mix. LL has a lot of hits.
Of course he does. It's LL Cool J.
Yes. And he has this Force tour that's happening. It's going to be, we should go see it at the Barclays, but he's going to have some legends in hip hop. You know, it's 50 years of hip hop this year.
Right.
So there's a lot of great things happening. He has a book. We're going to talk to him about all of that. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T.
Way up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and
Yes.
there we go. Numeno.
Yeah.
Is here with us, and we've been going back and forth over this fight. All right, that happened over the weekend. Devin Haney versus Lomachenko at the MGM Grand in Vegas. And I saw a lot of controversy online because Devin Haney did win the fight according to the judges, but some people feel like it wasn't.
It was a very, 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 very close fight.
It was a unanimous decision according to the judges, right, in favor of Devin Haney. And Lomachenko himself does not feel like he lost that fight. Here's what he had to say afterwards.
During all fight, I control the fight, and I win in this fight. So for me, of course, it was a big surprise. For me, it's a big question. What happened?
See, now, do you agree that he controlled the fight, the whole fight?
I'm not going to say he controlled the whole fight because Haney, you know, most of the fight he was trying to apply a lot of pressure to him. But the fight was close It was very close. I mean, to me, the most decisive rounds was 11 and 12. He decisively beat Haney in 11, and Haney decisively beat him in 12. Now, there was other rounds that, Haney may have outscored him, but it was a close fight. I would have been cool with a draw.
Okay, you would have been cool with a draw.
Yeah, I would have been cool with a draw.
Who landed more punches?
They gonna see. This is the thing. Haney was punching him in his left ribs,
right,
the whole fight.
And Haney's dad, he's famous for that,
right? It was a body thing. But my whole thing, it wasn't a unanimous decision for me. If it was a split decision, I could see that more. It definitely wasn't unanimous.
Well, here's what Devin Haney had to say afterward.
At the end of the day, the people can say what they want to say. The judges had a unanimous decision. That's all that matters is the judges. And each judge was on the same page when it came to that decision. So I got the victory.
Okay, see, he's right about that. And this is the question that people have been asking even before this fight to both Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. Here's what Devin Haney had to say about fighting Gervonta.
Me and Tank is a massive fight, and it's going to happen sooner than later.
Yeah, he said it's going to happen sooner than later.
Yeah.
And listen, for Devin Haney, for his part, he said this proves that he can really be a draw, right? Because everybody's talking about this fight right now, and even afterward. And here is Gervonta Davis responding to Devin Haney, and he's asked whether he thinks that he's better than, who he could beat. And here's what he had to say.
Cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them.
And he's talking about Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Okay?
Right.
And here's what Shakur Stevenson had to say in the ring after this fight, too.
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won. He landed the cleaner punches.
What you saw tonight means that if Devin Haney decides to stay at 135, you could potentially get a shot at the undisputed title. How much do you want that fight?
Let's make it happen. I think that should happen next. I think Devin not on my level, and I'm going to show it.
Woo! So you think it could have been a draw, and you would have been okay with that?
I think it could have been a draw. I would have been okay with that.
Could you have seen Lomachenko winning?
I could have saw that too. It was very close. It wasn't a decisive win. So it's always like that when it's not clear, in the eyes of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him fight Gervonta. I'm leaning way more towards Gervonta.
Okay, that'd be.
And
a big fight.
I like Devin Haney a lot.
Yeah, me too.
That's your nephew.
I thought it is not my nephew.
It's your godson or something.
But no, my friend Ingrid, that's her stepson, and so. But yes, I do. I do look at Devin Haney like he's my little nephew. I've been watching him box since he's been
That's
really
right.
young.
There's gonna be no Devin Haney slander over here.
Yeah. Now listen, I'm a fan, and I did think like it was going to be more of a decisive win because coming into this fight, I was like, yes, it's on. But
that's what we want to see. People
a fan
want
of
to see
boxing,
blood and knockouts.
Yeah, and look, this is what the judges decided, and I've seen other boxers say that it is what the judges' decision is, and like you said, it wasn't a decisive one either way, so it could have went either way.
Could have went.
Because if Lomachenko would have won, people would have been like,
but I think
they stole it.
Right, but I think if it was a draw, I think people would have been satisfied with that because it's like, okay, they clearly, it was so close that they gave it a draw and we got to do it again. I think people would have been more satisfied with that.
Now, let me ask you this. When you're the champ, right, does somebody have to beat you decisively?
They supposed to.
Well, Lomachenko's team is intending to appeal this decision loss to Devin Haney. So they're saying this is the biggest robbery in the daylight. Haney's team got Christmas in the summer.
Wow.
Now, realistically, they're saying there would seem to be almost no chance of this appeal actually overturning Haney's win. And there are many questions about where Haney will even go from here as it pertains to moving up in weight or not. But they feel like they definitely could have won. And they said they are going to appeal.
I never seen it get overturned.
Yeah, let's see. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. That was all about boxing. But, how to do it. All right. Now, it's a Monday, so you know what that means.
Main ovation.
It's time for some Monday main ovation, baby. And I cannot wait to hear what you have for us today. I know you've been out all night. I know you've been having a lot of stuff going on. You showed me some struggle basketball clips of yourself.
You see me getting busy at 7:30 in the morning.
When we come back, we got Monday main ovation. It's way up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have a really special guest in the building. I wasn't sure who he was at first, so I had to ask him his name.
Yeah.
LL Cool J is here.
What's up?
We just had a conversation about if he's ever had to introduce himself like someone doesn't know, and he swears it has.
No one ever recognizes me.
That's
ever.
a lie.
Ever. Never. I'm never recognized. Everywhere I go, nobody knows me.
But congratulations on everything. I mean, it's amazing. I can remember like first hearing LL Cool J myself, coming up, and you were only probably like 16 years old, a skinny kid dancing in front of a radio.
Yeah, it's absolute facts. I'm very grateful. You know what I mean? Like having fun with it. That's what it's about, right? Like you dream it, then make it happen, then dream some more, and then make that happen.
I know. Who would have thought that this much later, like you're about to be back on tour. This has been 30 years since you've done arena tours.
Yes.
Right? Who could have ever thunk that it would be like this? I remember you said you had to explain what hip hop was.
Oh yeah,
when you first started performing.
100%. Like I was in Maine. I did a concert in Maine, and they had never seen it before at all. I was explaining to them what the DJ was doing. My DJ co-creator with records going back and forth, telling them I'm rapping. This is a beat. I had to take them do a complete tutorial. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of places I went, it was that kind of a vibe. We were like breaking new ground. There were no managers, there was no market. It was just like kind of a new world.
And you know what else I realize about you too, now that I put everything back into perspective, right? So doing songs, like everybody always used to be like, I need to do an I Need Love song.
Yeah.
Every hip hop artist at some point felt like they needed one of those like songs for the ladies that was like a deep, heartfelt song. Did you have any idea what type of impact that was going to have? And did you think it would be risky to put something like that out when you did it?
Well, I never paid attention to risk. When I made a love song, I just made it because that's what I wanted to make. It didn't matter if somebody felt like if like someone needed to judge me a certain way or wanted to change my brand a certain way in there. I didn't care about that. All I cared about was being true to who I am as an artist, and that's all I still care about. You know what I mean?
You could do it, I Need Love, but then the next minute you want to knock someone out.
Yeah. Well, but we all have different sides, right? We all have different sides, right? You ain't gonna just be one person. You know what I'm saying?
What made you write that? What was going on? Mama said knock you out.
So that record came off when I did a Walking with a Panther, the album cover and all of that. That was a time when I introduced a lot of diamonds and ice and jewelry and
champagne.
Yeah, and all of that. Like I really brought a lot of that to the world of hip hop. I've been uptown a lot. I hang with a lot of dudes uptown, and that was just what I was doing every day. What my friends did, and it kind of rubbed off on me. And so I presented that in my music, presented that to the world. Well, I got a lot of backlash at that time because that didn't become popular till maybe 10 years later or 7, 8 years later. It ended up getting popular later. So when I initially did it, it was like, it was like, oh, you doing this, you think you this, you think you that. So the Knock You Out record was about showing people that just because I made this celebratory album Panther doesn't mean that I can't do other things.
Right, I'll knock you out with this bottle.
Yeah, well, with the spirit, yeah, that too. We could do that too, but that's a lot of stitches. But it definitely was just about like just showing people what I'm capable of. It's just like with the new record that I worked on. It's
Force.
Yeah, the album. I'm talking about the whole record. I just want to show people what's possible.
I tried to call Q-Tip about that too right before you got here. I was like, all right, LL's coming up here. I need some, I was trying to get some details. And he was so tight-lipped. He was like, it's done.
Yo, it's done.
That's all he would tell me.
Yo, the record is done, and it's I think he did an amazing job. I think he's a brilliant dude.
How did that conversation even happen with you and Q-Tip to decide, all right, let's do this album together. I want you to executive produce.
So the real story is that I started off, I did about 30 or 40 songs with Dr. Dre. I felt like the music was amazing. What Dre was bringing to the table was super dope, but I felt like the writing, what I was bringing to these songs, it didn't feel strong enough to me. I didn't feel like I was expressing, I was getting out of me what I was feeling. So I took a pause. Me and Dre just kind of paused for a minute, and I ended up having a dream. And in this dream, Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest came to me. When he came to me in a dream, he's like, yo, that album you're gonna do with Dre is gonna be dope. And I'm looking at him, but he's like smirking a little bit, like he had a funny look on his face. And I'm like, well, why are you looking like that? And then he just had that Cheshire Cat grin. So finally woke up. And then over the course of a day or two, I just felt like, Q-Tip was on my spirit. So I just called him. He picked up on the first ring. He's like, yo, what up? I'm like, yo, I want to do an album, man. He's like, well, what you want to do? I said, I just want some pickle juice, hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted like the most flavorful, and we went and did the record, and then the rest is history.
So you really live, breathe, sleep, and dream hip hop.
There's no question about that. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, I've been a fan since I was 8 or 9. Grew up in it. At 16, I turned professional. Like, yeah.
What was it like going out on the road like that at such a young age?
I mean, it was amazing. Instead of the prom, I went on tour. You know what I'm saying?
There's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to a prom.
All right, we are talking to the legend, LL Cool J. I always say his name like that. What made you decide now, like back to arena? Because that's a long time to take off from doing arena tours. 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, and you could have been doing this. So what made you not do it?
Just busy. One thing I learned early on is don't limit yourself. Try different things. I had 10 platinum albums in a row. I wanted to try something else. And I said, okay, let me try TV. And we do a 14-year run. I thought it was going to last 2 years.
You didn't know.
I didn't know it was going to last 14 years. But I'm not going to quit and leave these people hanging.
Right.
If I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Right.
So I committed.
So is Rock the Bells your favorite song? I have to ask you that because obviously you have the whole Rock the Bells
it's not my
franchise. So I'm like, this got to be like, I mean, the way it starts, I think is iconic.
It is.
Right? The way that it just comes in. But I'm like, is this his...
No, it's not my favorite song. What that's about is, look, the real thing about that is a long time ago, those guys were running around with the Rock the Bells tour. And I was okay with it a little bit for a minute. And then one day they called me up and tried to offer me so, a fee that I was staring at the phone looking at it. I said, so you running around with my IP and then you call me with that? Let me get that back.
Ooh, if they would have just kept quiet, maybe it would have just kept
you got to run that back. So I just took it back. I took it because I thought what it was doing was good for hip hop. So that's why I didn't have a problem with it. So I took it and then I, turned it into what it is now. So now it's content, it's commerce, it's experiences, it's lifting up all of these artists. There's been this huge resurgence in timeless artists. And, Rock the Bells, the team at Rock the Bells is hugely responsible largely for a lot of this big resurgence that we're feeling in this 50 years of hip hop. Like, before it was like people didn't even want to stand next to certain people. It's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Or I got to pretend I'm 14 forever. Or no, I don't have to do that.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because if Bono can be who he is and Tom Cruise can be who he is, and Mick Jagger can be who he is, then LL Cool J can be who he is. I don't have to stand next to anybody else to appear to be something else. Like,
hip hop is growing up. It's not.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine for that to happen.
I'm good with that. So that's how I kind of approached it. You know what I'm saying? So now I look at it and I look at the way the artists are being treated. I look at the success. I look at the resurgence. I look at all the shows they're doing. That makes me feel amazing. And I love the fact that it's cross-generational. So when we do the Grammys, it's like, you know what? Get Lil Baby. Get Glorilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get Lil Uzi. Let's
50 years of hip hop. Let's celebrate.
It's for all the generations. That's the beauty of it, right? So, like, I want to see guys like Fabio succeed, and I want to see these different artists do well. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's great when they sample some of because it makes people really go back and be like, oh, this is where this came from. I think that's amazing when people do that too.
It is. Yeah.
Because it doesn't bother you when people sample your music.
As long as I like the song. As long as I like the song. If I don't like the song, I'm not gonna click.
It's out of here. Okay.
It depends, because some people I don't like hating on guys. I don't like interrupting people's creativity by blocking clearances. I don't really do that a lot. I'd have to really not like the wrecked song to do that. But other than that, I try to be good about that because I want to treat people the way I want to be treated.
LL Cool J is here joining us. We are talking about his tour, 50 years of hip hop, his history. Maybe there's a movie coming. We'll get into it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Back and I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm talking to LL Cool J. You also have a book coming out.
Oh, yeah. So I have a book. It's The Streets Win. It's called LL Cool J Presents The Streets Win, 50 Years of Hip Hop Greatness. And what I have essays from all of the different people in hip hop over the years. So everybody from Dr. Dre to Mary J. Blige, from a Snoop Dogg to an Eminem to all of the different art, Q-Tip, just different acts. And it's all essays, so it's straight from the horse's mouth, talking about hip-hop and talking about hip-hop culture, how they started, what they love, what they don't like. So I got the real stories in this book.
Yeah, I think it's good that we also have a chance to hear some of these stories now. Because I think as hip-hop is growing up and some of the artists that we might have grew up listening to who are still out here working, now they're going and telling their stories. But some of them you're like, oh, damn, I don't know if that was... Because when you're telling your stories, sometimes you're telling other people's stories too.
Well, I mean, you gotta...
And that's hard. That's a hard balance.
It ain't really a hard balance at all. Don't put no names in it.
Okay.
Don't put no names in it. I'm telling the whole story. Just ain't no names in the joint.
Like, does it bother you if people have some LL stories and they put you?
I mean, it is what it is.
Okay,
it's gonna be what it's
gonna be.
You're like,
I put out books. It's fine.
I mean, it is what it is. No, ain't nothing fine, but it is what it is. I'm like everybody else. Don't tell on me either. You know what I mean? I ain't volunteering to get snitched on. But nah, I mean, the stories are what the stories are. I mean, we all live life.
How much do you think it helped you to get married at a young age too? Because that probably kept you out of a lot of. I mean,
with what?
I read your book, so I know you. But I'm saying, but as far as being more grounded, you know, because I feel like you could have been way wilder. For real. A little wild, but you could have been way worse.
Could I have been?
All right, you was kind of bad in your own words in your book.
Nah.
But I'm just saying it does. I think family does sometimes make you feel a little bit more responsible.
Definitely. Look, in my life, I was always about quality, not quantity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, to each his own.
Your leg's shaking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Okay.
I'm extremely nervous. You make me very nervous with these questions. I'm shaking in my boots over here.
What I was getting to was you do have 4 children,
yes.
Right? So one of your daughters, is she an artist now?
She's a songwriter.
She's a songwriter.
She just graduated from the Berklee College of Music.
All right, we are talking to the legend, LL Cool J. I always say his name like that. How do you feel about her being in the music business?
I think it's amazing. It's what she wants.
Right.
What I try to do with my family and my kids and all of them, even with Simone, is just be a facilitator of dreams. She wanted to do her jewelry line.
I love her jewelry line. I'm not going to lie. It's her and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, they rocking. My daughter Samaria, she has a denim line, which does well. You know, my son, he works at Rock the Bells.
See, and you kind of instilled, both of you guys instilled that in your kids, like that creativity.
Yeah, I just want them to, look, my thing is make a contribution to the world. You know, when I was saying something to somebody, I just got some news about somebody who had passed away that was well known, and me and my man were talking about how great of a person he was and how much of a man he was. And what I said to my man, and while we were in the mid conversation, I said, "You see, we didn't talk about his bank account."
Right.
That tells you that you got to make an impact on the world. The money stuff that can cloud your vision. It's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I've always been about getting money.
You can do great things for people with money too.
No question. Yeah. I'm very entrepreneurial. Always been about getting paid.
And philanthropic.
100%.
Yes.
I promise you. However, I just want to caution people. Remember, that's not what you talk about. Mm-hmm. Nobody talks about Ali's bank account.
Right.
They don't talk about Miles Davis's bank account. We like it when you're alive. It is fun. It's nice to shop. It's fun to get it all. But nobody talks about that when you're gone. So you have to make an impact. And the impact you make has to be greater than just $1. So when you're on this radio and when you're building your show and as you're showing the younger girls and yourself, you know, what's possible, that's what this is about.
Right,
it's not
I agree.
only about your contract. And you know, I got my solo deal after I came off the big show and I worked it and all. It's not just about that. It's about what these little girls see when they look at the show, listen to the show, or watch the podcast and all of that. It's about all of that. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I definitely totally agree with you. All right, normally we would do Ask Yee next, but LL Cool J is here, so I think we can bump that today, all right? It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am talking to a legend sitting here, LL Cool J. So you introduced us to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, and DMX.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is? It's like
I remember when that first I Shot to Me, when that came out, I just got to say this. People thought at first they thought because she was so hard, they thought it was like a boy.
Young boy.
Yeah.
I know.
When that first came out, and we were excited when we realized, no, that's a woman. That's Foxy Brown.
Yeah. Fox is amazing. Shout out to Foxy. I hope she does some music and comes out, you know, during this whole celebratory time.
Oh,
but yeah,
you trying to get her to come out?
I think she should.
Yeah, I think she should. You got to stop at the Barclays. I think that would be legendary.
No, I don't see why she wouldn't.
Okay.
Come on out.
All
mean,
right.
the Barclays, we're going to be at the Barclays June 27th. We're going to be at Prudential Center on June 28th.
I love that you know the dates off the top of your head.
Yeah.
So tell us some of the other people that are on the road with you guys. I know it's Bone Thugs, De La Soul.
Yeah, I got Common in Chicago. I got Bone Thugs. I got Ice-T doing some dates. I got Queen Latifah. I got Salt and
people
Pepper.
popping out that don't pop out.
Yeah, I got Redman and Method Man. I got so many different artists. Like it's gonna be amazing. You'll see. I'm telling you, people listen. The key to everything I'm doing is it's not about LL. It's about the culture. When you come to these shows, you know, I got MC Light on some shows.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a vibe. I got Jada Kiss on some shows.
All right, we are talking to the legend, LL Cool J. I always say his name like that. Who do you fan out over ever? Like, when's the last time you was, like, excited? Like, I can't believe I just met this person. Like, do you ever fan out? Because you've met everybody at this point, but is there anybody that you've gotten excited over?
I mean, I remember, like, maybe quite a few years ago, I met Meryl Streep, and I was like, oh, I'm excited to meet Meryl Streep.
It's like random person.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Meryl Streep, this is exciting. I felt a little, you know what I mean? I felt excited.
Somebody you don't just run into.
Yeah, I was excited.
Okay.
But a lot of my heroes, are my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, like, I'm friends with Denzel, you know what I'm saying? But I still love his work, but he's my man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different. You know what I mean? But I love to just see people succeed and win. I'm absolutely the dude that, like, I give it up at the concerts. I give it up when people on TV. I'm clapping, I'm dancing. I'm not like I don't do the too good to
You're not too cool.
Too cool for school and all that.
What was your first concert you ever went to?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh man, my first concert, you had the Crash Crew, Sequence, Flash in them, and there was a shootout. On top of that, I had to run up under the stage. I loved it. I loved it.
One of those things where everybody start running and you got to run.
Yo, when they started pop, pop, oh yeah, I jumped over. I got over the barricade, went under the stage. I was like looking at the stage like,
this is
stage
hip-hop.
one day. I'm touching the bottom of the stage, looking up. People are screaming, and I'm just looking up at the bottom of the stage like, one day I'm going to be on this stage. This is literally what I'm doing.
This feels like the beginning of the movie.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was the craziest moment.
I feel like there's an LL Cool J movie coming. I don't know.
There could be. I could, I've had people, Michael Bivins always bugs me to, yo, that's my man too. He like, yo, you got to do a movie.
You do.
Yo, bro, you got to do it. I definitely think about it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely been thinking about doing one or a series around my life. I think people would. But first thing I want to do is get this record out there because I want to show people what's possible.
Okay, so when is it coming out? Let's put a date on it.
Yeah, I don't want to put a date on it. I don't want to put a date on it.
Okay.
But it's coming this year.
All right.
It's coming this year, though.
All right, so it's sometime this year.
Sometime,
for
no
sure.
question.
That's a
for
fact,
sure.
because we're going to run it back.
Yeah, no.
December 31st.
Run it back. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Run that back.
All right. Well, LL Cool J, thank you so much. This is our first time sitting down having a conversation. I hope we do it again.
We will do it
I know
again.
you're super busy running around, but we'll be there at the Barclays.
Productive.
All right. Yeah,
Appreciate
productive.
You.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
And when we come back, we have Last Word on a Monday. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here and had an amazing day with my BRF, my best record friend. So, Mano, how you feeling today?
I'm
you made
good.
it through. Yo, you stayed up all night into the next day.
That's right.
In the same clothes. Yeah, don't
That's right.
stink. I commend you for that.
Is that
That's a good thing. It's
Does
a
that
positive
happen?
thing. I think a lot of people, if they didn't shower and they didn't change their clothes.
Well, just let everybody know that I
You
could've
turned your
just-
underwear inside out.
I could have just took a shower and just put my same clothes back on, but I just didn't even.
You didn't even do
take
that.
my clothes off.
I appreciate it though. That's dedication.
Dedication.
Okay? Yeah. Because I think
We way up.
men do that. Women don't do that as
You
much
shouldn't
as y'all
do that. Don't try that at home.
No, don't try that at home.
Please don't try that.
I'll be late. I'll be like, look, I'm not going to be on time. I've been late a couple of times to when I was on the Breakfast Club because I was like, I got to take a shower.
Really?
After being out all night. I can't not
don't
do it.
Yeah, women don't try that at home.
I mean, men, y'all really, you can shower.
I'm gonna go home.
And take a nap.
Yeah, shower and a nap.
A shower and a nap is going.
And then I'm gonna
listen,
be back at it.
That sleep gonna be so good. Okay, but thank you to LL Cool J for joining us today. We had a great time sitting down and talking to him. I know he's doing a lot right now, just getting ready for this tour that he's doing. He's got a book, 50 years of hip hop, and he is one of the legends.
Come on, it's LL.
You
like,
can't even dispute that.
You can't say hip hop without saying LL.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna check out that tour. We need to get the box seats at the Barclays.
The box, the suite.
Yes, we need the suite. Okay, shout out to the New York Liberty. By the way, I went to that game yesterday. Amazing game. We're gonna be at these WNBA games. Mano, you coming, right?
I'm gonna pull up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And as usual, y'all have the last word. So let's get into it. 800-292-5150.
I work in a very public and visible profession, and me and my boo thing are actually swingers and like low-key having OnlyFans. And It's just a really fun little secret that we laugh about.
Hi, I had a threesome with my baby daddy, sister, and her boyfriend. And it wasn't good, like, I had to go down or whatever, and I was just like, no, it stinks. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Hey, technically, I have a boyfriend, and he's very caring, so passionate, da-da-da-da. But there's this other boy, or this other guy, that I really like, and I really been feeling him. Like, I'll go see him from time to time, or he'll call me at all times of the day. Like, sometimes I just be at work, he'll call, I don't know. Like, I really feel him, and I don't know how to take that or go about it. Because I just feel, sometimes I be feeling bad, but other times I just be like, maybe I don't need the guy I'm with.
Hey, Angela Yee. So let me tell you, first of all, I'm in here with this loudmouth Jamaican lady. Yeah. Not loud, but yeah, I was calling you because I got some information to share, and I'm just shame. I'll try another time. Peace.
Turn it all the way up. Angela Yee is way up.